Dakotas, this wasteland in western Texas. But it was known as the Staked Plains in 1875. Hidden valleys conceal the fertility of the honest estacadas. Mask its value so that Texans in general still believe it to be semi-desert. But some Texas state senators have reason to suspect that the Staked Plains, not too far distant from the Halliday Ranch, should be investigated.
And so, Senator Barnes, your wife, my wife and daughter, the daughters of Senator Noble and Senator Gentle, and the wife of Senator Masters now compose what we know as the Legion of Lost Women.
Prisoners of somebody who wants to exchange them for our support.
Yes, but support for what?
For some shady political deal. What else?
Probably involving the Comanches and the Staked Plains.
But the fact remains that the wives of Senator Coleman and Senator Jackson are going to join ours.
Give Kurt Norris a chance. He's riding now to intercept their stage and prevent it.
He lives again. Legends of our people never die. Fall back the warriors. Swing the sword!
You gotta hand it to Matosca. Taking Mrs. Jackson and Mrs. Coleman off this stage before the attack was sure being smart.
I don't follow that one, Jim.
Well, by now, the ladies are safely on their way to the Legion of Lost Women. If it hadn't been for you and me being here, the Comanches would have got the blame.
Welcome, Mrs. Coleman. And you, Mrs. Jackson. To the Legion of Lost Women.
Oh, Miss Marquette told us what to expect, but it still doesn't seem real.
It will seem real, my dear, soon enough. The Legion of Lost Women is now complete. Yesterday, you told me that Elise would also be here. I'm holding her elsewhere to remind your husband that curiosity is dangerous. Poor Mark. I suppose you've taken all the fight out of him. But you can't frighten me, Carl. Or you either, Laura.
Oh, brave new world that has such people in it. Pretty play, that Tempest. Shakespeare sure writes elegant, don't he?
You probably meant that cynically, Panhandle. But I'll accept it as a compliment. Thank you. You tend to forget, Mrs. Halliday, that you and your friends here live now for only one purpose. You provide the instrument with which Matosca can obtain freedom for my people. Call Matosca by her right name. Carla Marquette, traitor. And as for your threats, they're all bluff. You're stupid rather than brave. You do not recognize danger when you see it. Oh, don't I? How can you trade our safety for votes in the state senate if we're not alive?
Try and force our men folks to give you the state claims without accounting for every one of us.
It's necessary. Once the senators have done what we want, we shall kill them too.
What chance have you to obtain Matosca? Isn't that what you plan to call your new state? Even though Texas does have the constitutional right to establish it, if you only have corpses to exchange for it. Poppycock.
You overlook one important point, Mrs. Halliday. The senators, your husbands and fathers, cannot be sure that our plan depends completely upon your safety. And no matter how brave you pretend to be, you cannot help but fear for a lease. I don't approve of Matosca, whoever Matosca may be. But you, Mr. Quick, are beneath contempt.
Frankly speaking, ma'am, I don't care what you think of me. I want to meet that Matosca you mentioned. That name sounds Comanche, don't it?
If I knew, I wouldn't even tell you that.
But me having you, Miss Halliday, means I'm sure to be told everything I want to know anyway.
I doubt it.
Either Matosca cuts me in, or you'll just starve here.
That I can well believe.
Let Miss Halliday escape, and you two will suffer a case of acute lead poisoning, and that's fatal, too.
You know who says? I think he means what he says.
I wouldn't be a bit surprised, Lou. Zero Quick ain't squeamish. Safe and sound, huh?
Did you do what I told you?
I made sure no one followed it. Kurt Norris won't get any closer to Miss Halliday than he has to her mother.
So you ain't seen Kurt Norris lately? How many times do I have to tell you, Idaho? We don't get along. Yeah, I know. That's what everybody in 44 thinks.
Amigo, pronto, pronto. Pronto, senor Banyan, pronto.
Ah, Senor Idaho, what is this? Yeah, what is it?
My legs, they're aching. I gotta go in and lie down. If I see Norris, I'll tell him.
Thanks, Banyan.
You better stay in the shop, amigo. That Idaho's too curious.
See. Sometimes I think I don't know about him. I wonder.
Idaho told me to tell you that he didn't see anything the other night when he staked out at the Marquette Ranch.
I hope he wouldn't have taken as long telling me if he had.
He was just using that as an excuse to find out if we were as unfriendly as we let folks think. So, my legs started paining. Say, where did you go after we separated?
To Carla.
What did you expect to find there?
I wanted to ask Carla to do me a favor. But they told me she'd ridden into town with Loma. I think I'll look her up at Mother Martin's.
Hey, Kurt, you're acting as if you thought of a lead since I last saw you.
I have, Jim. The only one we've got left. But it's only right that Carla knows about it. And she may be able to help me.
Baloo, I'll take care of visitors. Why, Kurt, come in. Won't you sit down?
Thank you, Carla.
Have you heard anything from Elise? Have you any idea where she is?
No, she's disappeared apparently like the others.
I wish I could help.
You can help. That's why I'm here. I stopped at the ranch.
Oh, well, you learned I was here. But how can I ever help you?
I was told Lola was here with you.
She is. She's out on an errand. But since she declared herself, there's little I can do with her.
No, we can't cross her. The safety of the Legion of Lost Women depends on her. But we can find out about her connection with Matosca.
I think I begin to see what you want me to do.
And so it is absolutely imperative that we get Elise Halliday away from Zero quick, without being compelled to even tell him what we planned, let alone taking him in with us.
I know, Lola, but this idea of Carl is...
Matosca.
All right. This idea of Matosca's is just as risky as it is clever.
Don't let nobody in. I just come from telling Miss Halliday that you need her, but that I don't. And if I don't get what I want, where's Matosca?
You were told you would have to wait a day or so, Mr. Quick. It is true that Matosca needs Miss Halliday.
When I play for keeps, I don't bluff.
It is important to the success of our plan that Matosca's identity is not revealed until the proper moment.
Well, that proper moment better come pretty soon.
Arrangements have been made for Matosca to be at the cantina tonight.
How will I know it?
If somebody whispers that name to you, somebody you don't suspect, will that be sufficient?
Then what?
You will go with Matosca, and whatever you decide will be between the two of you.
Fair enough.
So if it works out, maybe we'll have a lead to Elise, Matosca, and the Legion of Lost Women after all.
I certainly hope so. And I'll try to do exactly what you want.
Thank you, Carla. I'm sure of it. I'll let you know what happens.
Mr. Quick doesn't have many more hours to live. He believes me. Good. Once he's out of the way, it won't be difficult to deal with those two men of his. They'll give up Miss Halliday and we can use them.
Who is your visitor?
Kirk Norris, asking permission to search your room tonight at the ranch.
Kirk Norris. What did you say?
Promised, of course, to keep you here with me.
Don't go yet, Mr. Norris.
Miss Carla was so anxious to have me stay with her in 44 that I became suspicious. I slipped away, rode here, and was in the hall when you searched my room. I shall say that I mistook you for a housebreaker.
Say what you want to, but I'm an agent for Texas. My death won't stop the search for Matosca. Others will take my place.
Your law means nothing to me.
It will when you're tried by it. Then you'll understand why the law of Texas is more important in my life, or any man's. You see, Loma, the order that the law sustains can only endure as long as the law is strictly enforced, and so respected.
And yet you break that.
And it was just as you anticipated. He had somebody with him who shut out the light.
Good. Good, Norma. By making him think you intended to kill him, he will not question the note he found in your room. Mr. Quick and Mr. Norris are hunting for Matosca. They are going to find him, but his other name is Death.
And have Quick meet me at 10 o'clock tonight in the cantina. I'll identify myself to him by mentioning my name.
Signed Matosca? You got that in Loma's room?
The only thing I could find there that ties her in with Matosca. Dated today.
Let's have a squint at it. You better get down to the canteen. It's almost 10 now.
It has been impossible almost to find Matosca's trail before.
Now it's too easy, I think.
You and me both, amigo. If it wasn't Idaho that shot out the light for Kirk, it was certainly convenient that somebody else did. It could have been done purposely to let him escape.
Ah.
That's all you do, Farrell.
Not till Norris comes in, huh?
Start moving when he enters.
As soon as Quick and Norris come together?
No. Let Farrell start. Then give it to them.
People by how they look. That's why nobody ever thinks I'm worthwhile troubling about. But I'm Matosca.
Is this a bluff?
What sort of a bluff, Mr. Quake?
I told him he had a lease holiday. You're a liar.
I wouldn't if I was you, Kyle. You two are staying out of this.
Sit out on this deal.